Hey, I'm Jonathan, and I'm going to quickly walk you through how you can build a calorie tracker in Notion. Maybe first on why you would even do that. There's already calorie trackers out there. Personally, I just like building stuff in Notion and not having to use too many apps for different use cases, but basically doing as much as I can in Notion so that I have it all in one place. And another upside, I would argue, is that you can extend it as much as you want. So you can only track calories, but you can also track maybe the macronutrients, but even the price of your food that you eat. You could track in Notion then. You can extend it in ways that you couldn't extend your average calorie tracking app. Okay, so this is basically what you see here is basically the end result of what I want to show you. You will have a food database and the daily tracking database, which when you filter it by day will show you the food you've tracked and gives you a sum of the calories of that day. Okay, but let's build that actually together. So let's delete it. But we can keep that. This is just a simple database, name, amount, and calories that I personally just built. Like I only put the things in there that I actually eat on a regular basis, and over time, like after a few weeks, probably this list is not going to grow much further. But for a start, you would only need to put in the things that you eat on any given day. Okay, so what we're going to do is create a table, and let's call it daily tracking. And the first thing we're going to need is a date property because we need a reference to that. So let's set that up, move it here. The title property is actually something we can kind of ignore, don't really need. Then we will need a reference to the food. This is going to be a relation, and as a database, we're going to select our food database. Okay, and then we want to have a quantity which is of type number, and this is how we will describe how much of the food we ate. So if we ate 2 apples, we want to obviously say quantity 2, because we're not only always going to eat just 1 apple or 100 milliliters of milk. And okay, now is where it gets interesting. So how we're going to set up the calorie counting here is we're going to create one field which is calories per food, which is a roll-up of the link to the food. So we can create a relation to this food field and select the calories property and calculate the sum of it. So now, if we select as the food the apple, we see that 1 apple 95. It's calculated here. And then if we here use for this row a sum, we can start summing up the foods we've eaten. 1 apple, 1 banana, 95, 105, 200. However, this is not enough since we want to apply the quantities as well. So we're going to add another one, which we're just going to call calories, which then is going to be a formula where we are going to use the calories per food and multiply it by the quantity. So if we have 1 apple, 1 banana, it stays as it is. Let's use the sum here again so you can see it. This one we can actually hide. It's not what we are interested in. And now if we say there's 2 apples, we see the number is increasing accordingly. But also obviously you can eat half an apple and it will work as well. Okay, this basically solves the main problem, or gives us the basic information of just the calories consumed. And now what I think makes sense as well is to filter those this list by day. So creating a table today, using the sum here as well, and applying a filter for that view that selects as the date always today. And then for that day, go back to the default view, and let's say we ate those things today. It will appear in our today view, and then we can hide the today view because we know it's today. And then the second view that maybe makes sense is tomorrow. That's how I always used it. I often use the tomorrow view to plan ahead of time what I want to eat, or what I plan to eat the next day, which will then obviously have the filter set to date equals tomorrow, and then you can select tomorrow. I'm gonna eat two pieces of bread, and then you can expect or plan how many calories that's gonna be. Yeah, that's basically already it. This is the basic setup, only using calories. You can get advanced here. You can also add a select input field where you can describe the different meals you're having so that it's like sorted nicely, because this list is obviously gonna get longer than 2 items. You can also, instead of calories, as I mentioned in the beginning, extend it to other things that you want to count. But yeah, this is just a basic tracking setup. Yeah, and I'll leave it at that. Thanks for watching.